If you guys could each briefly talk about the addition of 4 hours this week, what that's been like that you have 8 hours this week to do the virtual training. And Feleipe, if you could start and just guys go through what you've seen from that.
Yeah, and I'll give you kind of like my personal opinion. Yeah, so I think it's been, a great addition. Obviously, when you get more time granted from the NCAA or whatever to get more hours in with your coaches, and especially with learning a new system, I think it's great for everybody. But you also don't want to, I think at the same time, you don't want to overload people. You want to give them the right amount, and then allow them to learn and process and keep doing that every day. I don't think you want to overload, the players, but at the same time, I think it's good. Give us a little extra time to learn a new system.
You want to jump in there, please?
Yeah,
you got it.
It's been great. The good thing about it is we can do the original 4 like we've been doing, but then if coaches want to like reach out, we can connect and talk about some more questions that maybe someone didn't get to right away during the hour meeting, and then there's extra time to follow up with guys that do have those questions. So that's what I kind of think it's the biggest help for. But then again, just not having a time frame. If we go a little bit over, having that rebound or whatever to be able to answer those questions.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. Like, especially having the extra time doesn't make the coaches feel as rushed or about time constraints or anything. Not having to look at the clock that much. They just know what they've got to get done and talk about it, and it allows open communication a lot more clearly. I think it's a great addition.
Okay, and this is my last one for Feleipe. We haven't sat down and talked to you about your journey to get here. Can you just speak a little bit about what made you decide on Arkansas and what it's been like for you since you have been on campus?
Yeah. Shoot, man, it's been a pretty crazy little journey to get here. Yeah. But I think it was the right fit for me. I think kind of just touching on a little bit why I came here. I think that it was important for me to, find somewhere that, kind of felt like that next home, I guess, and somewhere that I felt like, I could thrive. I wouldn't have many distractions around me, something that I could, just thrive in the classroom as well as on the football field and get to my main goal, obviously, is playing at the next level. So I got 1 year to do that. Not even really 1 year, 8 months or so. And, I think that this was the right place to do it at. And just coming on my visit with Coach Browse and Coach Pittman. And, I like the offense. And then as well, on top of that, I like the campus and the environment. So.
You.
Trey? Hey, Feleipe, this is Trey Biddy with Hog Sports 24/7. Hey, I was curious, what are you able to do during this time? I mean, I know you're in Fayetteville. Are any of the wide receivers up there? Have you been able to throw with those guys at all? I mean, like,
yeah,
what are you able to do?
Yeah, we're able to, we're able to throw. I think the rule around here is you can't be in like large groups of like, I think it's with 10 or I guess, I don't know. You can't be in large groups. But at the same time, we find a way to throw every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, I think it's important, especially in times like this, when everything's limited, it's important to be in a routine because it's easy to kind of get distracted and get out of routine. So I think it's very important to set a routine in and follow that routine and make sure you're going along with that. So yeah, it's hard to get work in, but at the same time, I think it's doable if you just put the routine in.
And who have you been able to throw with?
There's been multiple guys. Earlier there was Kendall. There's been Tyson Morris out there. Mike. I've been throwing with Mike a lot. There's just different guys that come out when they're available. Because obviously school is still going on, so it just kind of varies from day to day. But we have a group message. We just communicate who's going to be there, who's not. So it works out really good.
This may sound weird, but I mean, do you have to be cautious, like licking your fingers and stuff before you throw the ball, things like that? I mean, things you didn't think about before?
You know what? Yeah, I've been a little bit more cautious about that kind of stuff, but at the same time, man, that's just secondhand nature, man. I'm just going out there to work. I'm not thinking about this, that, that's like my free. That's what clears my mind is when I go out there. So, it's not something that I kind of think about when I'm out there.
And here's my last question, Kyle. But Dalton Wagner, Dalton, what is the big differences that you've noticed from Sam Pittman and Brad Davis, just their way that they go about things and interact with you guys?
Kind of like their demeanor and everything. Like, it's all about getting bigger and bigger and stronger, faster, everything. And they're really big emphasis on the O-line being the leaders of the team and making sure that if our group goes, the rest of the team goes. And that's one of our biggest focal points of this upcoming season is going to be, is making sure that our group stays together, pushes each other daily. And Coach Davis and Coach Pittman are the guys to do it for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Kyle. I've got some more if you come back around, but I understand if not.
Okay, thank you. Nate.
Yeah, Dalton, first, as far as not being able to do rehab, it's kind of what's your injury and what are you able to do with since you're not able to go to the training room?
I'll be ready to go once we get back and everything. And Dave has been, our head athletic trainer, has been really helpful in shooting out some rehab stuff, workouts to do at home and everything, just more stabilization and everything. And when this all kind of came down, I was approaching the end of my rehab too. So right now it's all about strengthening and really just getting everything back to normal. And I've been with Shane and Bo trying to work out up here and run with them and doing bear crawls and all we can, just trying to get strong and fast and rebuild that shoulder up.
And Bumper, as far as the defense losing a game and Curl and Scooter, just what's the pressure on that to have some big playmakers on the defense this year?
Yeah, I mean, when you lose that kind of talent, it's obviously tough. But we were so young last year, even with those guys. So the rotation was great, and there's a lot of guys that got first time experience last year. So with that being said, this defense has got some experience. We don't have those playmakers, but we got guys that got into rotation. And I'm excited about it. The defense we got, Coach Odom's preparing us for is, fits us perfectly, I think, and just gives a lot of guys the opportunity to excel.
And finally, just what's the difference been like under Coach Odom as compared to what you've dealt with the last 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, I love Chief, and I love Coach Odom. These guys are, obviously at top of the professions, and you can just see Coach Odom has a fire in his eye. He's determined to be the best, and it shows. I mean, everything he does, is strict, and he's so fired up about it. You can see his passion. I think that passion spreads out to the whole defense.
Thanks. Appreciate it. That's my 3, Kyle.
Yep. Thanks, Nate. Hutch?
Yeah, I know Dalton already talked about his shoulder, but maybe Bumper and Feleipe, I guess y'all both had off-season injuries as well. Bumper, your back, and Feleipe, your ankle. How are y'all doing, and how's rehab going? Bumper.
Well, for my back's feeling, great. I mean, I'm 100% ready to go. Just a little procedure, and I'm excited for to get back on campus and get rolling with the guys.
For me, to be honest, I've kind of taken it slow. But at the same time, I've had a bunch of time to recover, and Dave and the guys here have worked extremely hard. I think getting all of us back, and shoot, I feel really good. I feel almost at 100%. Everything's full speed. So I think right now it's just about getting back out on the field. Getting that kind of been forever. So.
And then my second question, Dalton, did you watch the draft last night, and what did you think about both of Coach Pittman's tackles going in the first round?
Yeah, I did watch it, and it's incredible. It's a testament to Coach Pittman's coaching, and I'm really excited to be able to be coached by him and, more importantly, coached by Coach Davis, because Coach Pittman puts all his trust into Coach Davis to get us to where we need to be. And Coach Davis has coached plenty of good O linemen as well, great O linemen, and I'm really excited to what they can pour into me these last 2 years of eligibility I got.
Appreciate it. That's all I got, Kyle.
Unmuted.
Tara.
Yeah, I mean, I actually just saw that like right before this call, and like I just watched it, and then it was the passion and like the love that he had on the phone with his wife was so real. I mean, that wasn't staged at all. And when like you see something like that, you can tell that he loves his guys, and how could you not want to play for somebody that loves you like you're their son? I mean, that was an awesome video, and I'm really glad they put it out there. No problem.
Thanks, Tara. All right, Bob, you're up.
Muted.
How you guys doing? Thanks for being on. Maybe just if each of you could answer this. I assume you watched the draft, and if so, just how nice was it to watch a live sporting event? Maybe go Feleipe, and then Bumper, and then Dalton.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it on my laptop. I had like the ESPN Plus stuff, and it was messing up for a little bit of the first round. But I got a chance to watch like the end of it, and obviously reviewed it. Man, I think it's awesome to see a sporting event. Man, I hadn't seen any sporting events on TV. Obviously, it seems like in forever. But same time, I think it's awesome how they did it. To obviously safeties and first, but to be able to do that and have the draft and have it on television, I think is awesome.
I thought it was, same. I thought it was pretty sweet. It was kind of nice to not know what was going on and just kind of be able to expect the unexpected, I guess. It just, you're not used to that with this whole deal. But, no, it was fun. Thought a lot of guys were, in the SEC got picked up, so it was cool to watch that too.
Yeah, it was a good time watching it. It was just good to, get back into some semblance of sports and not just talking about the same stuff and showing replays. It's cool to see all these guys, their dreams come true.
And then for Dalton, specifically, what have you thought about Brad Davis? And obviously, you haven't been able to be coached by him in a practice yet, but just what's been your take on him as an offensive line, how his SEC?
He's easily one of the smartest offensive line coaches I've ever known. Like the stuff he goes over in depth, and what's been really awesome about it is like with this time we've been able to just kind of start over and start fresh. And he explained his philosophy on everything, and even just started from base stuff, day one install, and we just slowly have been progressing through everything. And he's really big on the details and making sure that everybody understands it. He'll slow down if someone needs it to. And so far, I'm so excited to play for him, and I'm even more excited to be coached by him because some of the tape that he's shown us and everything, and with how much he's expanded all of our knowledge, like I'm really excited for camp to start.
And then my last one's for Feleipe. Blaine Cole got moved from defensive end to tight end. I don't know if you got a chance to throw to him at all or see him at tight end and all, but just wondering what you thought about him being over tight end and how he could help you guys out on offense.
Yeah, I actually have got a chance to throw with him, and was here when they obviously made that move. But yeah, he's obviously like just a freak when you just like look at him and you're like, oh, like you're this young? Okay, that's weird, you know what I mean? But obviously like a freak in nature, man. He's a big guy, athletic guy. I think he'd be good at any position, you know what I mean? And I think he could, help out. We got really good tight ends in that tight end room, and just with that addition, I think, it just only as a competitive fire make us better.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Scotty.
Yeah, it's for Dalton. I'm kind of curious what kind of bond you've been able to develop with Brad Davis to this point, just on a personal level.
Again, right now it's still a lot informal on the Zoom, but there's definitely a lot of relationships being built with him, especially just trying to get that trust level up. You know, we have quizzes after our meetings are over, and, you know, you just try to do the best you can on those quizzes. And he's a big guy on, if he can't trust you to really take a quiz, he won't trust you on Saturdays. And that's kind of been his philosophy, and everyone's just trying to earn his trust right now, making sure what we know. And on a personal level, man, he closes out every meeting and he opens up every meeting. Is everyone okay? Is everyone safe? How's your family? Does anybody need anything? Just let me know. And I'm more than willing to bet he'll give you the shirt off his back. And he takes care of his players and wants to make sure everybody's safe, and he's a hilarious guy.
And also, you know, just as a group, how's the offensive line kind of picking up what he's teaching you guys in those meetings?
Picking it up really well. You know, we talk about it as much as we can during the meetings, and then we go over the quizzes the next day too to see if there's anything common that somebody got wrong or anything like that. And we share our notes with one another too on in some of our group messages, just making sure in case you missed something or someone else wrote down something that you didn't pick up or you were writing something else down. We just try to make sure that everyone stays caught up with it. And again, being able to kind of start over, start fresh, and take our time with everything. I think everyone on the O-line is growing a lot in their mental game right now.
Thanks, Kyle. That's all I got.
Thanks, Scotty. Dudley?
Feleipe, talk to me a little bit about this being obviously an important year for you and making the decision to come to Arkansas and working with Coach Browse, his offense. How you feel in that?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, that's one of the things when I came, I wanted to sit down. I wanted to sit down. That was one of the most important things to me. Just obviously, what kind of offense am I going to be in, and I really liked Coach Browse's philosophy and Coach Pittman and everything that they bring to the table. And I thought that they're building. I think and I do believe that we're building something special here at Arkansas, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. I'm grateful that these guys have accepted me to come in and be a part of their team, and just be the best team player and help out any way I can. So, I think it was more about that than anything, because I have work ethic. I can build myself back. I can build my ankle back, my leg back, and go out there and perform. It was more about just finding somewhere that kind of felt like that second home, to finish out my career, my college career at. So that was more of what it was about.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Otis.
Feleipe, question for you. How is the adjustment to Fayetteville? Has it been a big adjustment for you? Or I know you keep in Florida, I mean, it's different here. And then I know the shutdowns kind of affected everything, but otherwise, it's been a pretty good adjustment for you.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. The community, I was just about to say, like the people like I've met since I've been around here have been like nothing but awesome. And it's like, I've been welcomed. When I was looking for a house here, somehow I guess the guy, he knew who I was, but and he was super welcoming. It's just I've got nothing but welcoming vibes like ever since I've been here. So that's been awesome. And then just the adjustment part, it's been different. I've never had to leave Florida before, so it's been different. Yeah, but at the same time, I come here on one mission is for all of us, obviously, to win a common goal, and then for me to get to the next level. It's kind of, I come here for a purpose, So, but at the same time, man, the community's been awesome. I'm excited to be a part of it, get around it when all this craziness is over, and get out and meet new people and stuff, because everybody's been awesome since I've been here.
The spring ball, you didn't get to have spring ball. How much will that hurt you guys since you didn't? I mean, a new coaching staff, some new players, including yourself. How much will this not having spring? How much will you think that will affect the team?
Yeah, so I think that it's obviously, a knock on what we wanted, but at the same time, we get these extra hours and Zoom meetings, and they're kind of working with us to do this other stuff, and that stuff actually, that stuff helps, when you're learning a new offense and doing that kind of stuff. We have quizzes after every meeting, and that stuff helps. So when you go over that stuff, and I can speak especially at the quarterback position, when you go over that stuff and you come back in fall camp, you already know all the calls and everything. It's just about, playing with your new teammates and doing all this stuff. And guys that have been doing it for a couple of years, it's just about going out there and performing, because you'll have all this time to learn the offense. So I think if you just take advantage of it, it'll help.
That's it, Kyle. Thanks, Feleipe.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Otis. Nikki.
Hey, Bumper. How has Coach Rhodes been with you guys, and how do you feel like you personally fit into this defense?
Yeah, Coach Rhodes is awesome. I mean, he connects with everybody very well. I think when he first got hired, he called like every single one of us, probably about every day, just checking in, and it's just great to have that like connection with the brand new coach. This is like it's gonna be my third year, so getting a coach, is a new coach is tough, but he made the transition so easy. And then like in meetings, he's like a great teacher. So he goes over things and makes sure that, not just the guys that sit in the front of the room know it, but that everyone throughout the room is on the same page, because he generally wants everyone to be successful and to know it. And, I've got excited, get to know him, and like looking forward to the season.
And Bumper, your position in the defense and how you feel you're going to thrive there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like the new system. We're a little multiple, so doing some things that I really like, and I think that with any scheme, it's kind of just how hard you play. No matter what the front is, if you go out there and just like bust it, you're gonna be successful in it. I think we have a lot of good parts, around the linebackers and even inside the linebacker group that will make us a real dominant unit. So I'm excited to see what it in store.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Oh, sorry, I don't have any. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'm going to open everybody back up here real quick. Just and holler if you've got a question. I know a few of you do, so that Trey's, Pat's, Bob's, Tom's. Hold on. Let's see if we've got anybody else.
Unmuted.
Yeah, they unmuted me, so I'll just go ahead and start. Back to Feleipe. You said you liked this you like the offense. What is it specifically about it that you're liking?
What is it specifically about it? I think the freedom about it. It's kind of what I'm used to. It was kind of like that at Florida. I have been in that system a little longer, but at the same time, it just gives the freedom to the receivers and to some of the other people to do some things. And I think it's a really productive offense, and I think it can be really productive here. I believe in it. These players believe in it. Our team believes in it, and we can go out there and execute and be successful. We can get other people to believe in it. So I think that's what I like about it most, man. I think it's I've seen it work before. It's worked before. It's been proven to work before, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Okay, and my last one here was, when you're brought in like you have been as a grad transfer, certain leadership expectations come from that, but you guys haven't hit the field yet, and I'm wondering what it's been like trying to
muted
in this circumstance.
Okay, I don't think that that's a really good question. I don't think that you should ever try to lead. I think that if you try to lead, then it could come off as fake, and then at that point, then it's not really leading. So I definitely think that I just come in and I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be supportive. I know that, like I said, I know that it's a new team, and I don't know everybody. I'm not from Arkansas, even though I've loved this state since I've been here. But it's different for me, and I'm just gonna be me, and like I said, they've accepted me with open arms, and I'm super grateful for that. I don't take that for granted. Because when I come to the facility every day, you know, I try to come in with a purpose every day to make me better and to hopefully make somebody around me better. I think that's what, you know, being a part of a team is about. So that's kind of just my deal. You know, I don't think you want to try to lead and be kind of weird about it. It's just be you, you know.
I got you. Hey, thanks for you all for being on here.
Thank you.
Trey, you want to jump in there?
Kyle, I feel like everybody's asked every question I wanted to ask, so I'm good.
Great. How about you, Bob?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, maybe if each guy can take this, do you feel, obviously you haven't been able to go on the field, but do you feel like you guys offensively and defensively you're learning the offense as best you can under these circumstances? Maybe Feleipe, Dalton, and then a Bumper. I mean, do you feel good that the offense is being installed as well as it could be under these circumstances?
Yeah, I think that it's hard. It's definitely hard to, you know, when you're not, especially for me. I can learn in the classroom, but then I'm also a guy that needs to go on the field and learn like that as well. But it's definitely hard. But like I said, if you put your mind and you put a principle down and you have a plan, I think that it makes things a little bit easier. And these coaches have made things a lot easier, being super helpful and open to us. And I'll be honest, you know, I think that it's not going to affect us too much because, you know, ever since I stepped on campus, these guys have been some of the most motivated guys that I've been around. And I think that, you know, if you have that, and, you know, I've seen teams turn around in a year with just, you know, the motivation and the stuff. I think that we're on the right track. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't think it's the limitation. I think if we approach it the right way, it'll be a blessing in the end.
Yeah, I'd agree with Feleipe there. I mean, it's not obviously like the most ideal situation in the world, but again, it allows players to take a step back without the pressure of having to go out on the field, and you get to learn everything in detail, taking your time. And then when camp comes around and we are able to actually go out on the field, you know what you have to do. Now it's just a matter of executing it. And again, like, everyone's bought into this offense. Everyone's bought in. Everyone's motivated. Guys are really excited to get back, and we're really looking forward to camp and being able to put everything we've learned together so far, because there's so much extra that you learn when you're able to slow everything down instead of it being condensed into what the NCAA can give you on a practice day.
And then for the defense, it's I think it's honestly been even more helpful, you know, for guys learning the playbook, because we've got to slow it down a little bit, really go through like every single play, the ins and outs, knowing what the D-line's doing, what the coverages are doing, what the safety's doing. So we're getting a complete understanding of the entire defense. And then, like, defense, there's a lot of fundamentals in it. So I know Coach Pittman, like, he's expecting us to be working on those. And I know we've seen guys, you know, videos and guys just talking to our coaches, like, everyone's been putting in that work individually. So it's not like we're just going away and, you know, not working on these things. It's almost like we're doing more. Like, we're working on exactly what we, you know, our weaknesses are, and, you know, trying to get those up as a whole, you know, defensive unit. So when we get back on the field, we're not only, you know, smarter, but we're more fundamentally sound.
And then Dalton, what's been your take on Feleipe, how he's fitting in with the team and how he's doing, you guys?
Yeah, I mean, since day one, it's like a puzzle piece that he's just kind of stepped in, and he's done a great job with leading and doing his stuff. And, you know, he's a big guy too. It's kind of cool to see him back there because of how big he is. He's able to see over everybody. He's able to do his stuff. And again, like I said, he's been a leader in what we've been able to do, and I'm really excited to see what he can do come fall.
I've got one last one for Bumper. I think Feleipe and Dalton kind of talked about what they've been doing. Dalton's even doing bear crawls or something, and Feleipe's been throwing with the guys. But Bumper, what sort of stuff have you been doing? And have you been able to work out with other guys, you know, socially distancing or whatever?
Yeah, the big thing, my little brother's actually been kind of helping me out. He's kind of been my little personal trainer in the yard. So I've been able to do all of our individual drills. He's kind of putting me through a conditioning workout, so I kind of got to give him some credit. And with all that.
What's your brother's name? Is he up here with you?
His name's Harper. He's actually going to be up here next year.
Okay, but is he here now helping you? Is that what you meant?
Well, yeah. So I've been back home. I've been back home in Texas, so I've been hanging out with him. So he's been able to work me out and everything.
Okay, great. Okay, well, thanks.
Unmuted.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Bob. Tara?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that my whole mindset going into where I wanted to pick a school was not, it'd be easy for me to just go to a top program and somewhere where it's already, it's already good, but that isn't, who am I really helping there? So, I decided to come to Arkansas, and when I was at Florida, we went 4-7. And the next year we go and win 10 games in the New Year's Six Bowl. So, like I said, it's all about. I've seen it, firsthand. It's the motivation, and we have it on this team, and it just takes that one spark, that turnaround. Maybe a different coaching staff, a change, and I love being an underdog. I think that's what makes me just go harder each and every day to just prove more and more people wrong. And I think that that's a good mentality to have for this team as well. Just keep on proving people wrong, and all it takes is flip of a switch, man, and I think turn around quick. Thank you.
Nate, did you have any more?
Muted.
I'm good.
Hutch?
I'm good.
I'm going to open everybody up here, and we'll see if.
Unmuted.
Oh, hey. Just to clarify something, Bumper, you mentioned that you guys do the 4 hours. So you're kind of sticking to the 1 hour per day, Monday through Thursday, and then if there's any extra, you guys get back in with the coaches. Is that how this week's been?
Yeah, that's kind of how it's been. And if we run a little long, bleeding over, there's no problem.
Okay, yeah, that confirms it. Thank you.
Last call for questions for these guys. All right, that's going to wrap us up. Thank y'all. Feleipe, Bumper, Dalton, miss y'all.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
See you soon.